Hey everybody, it is Dungeon Master Mark. Figured I would go ahead and do a real quick video showing our little gaming session we're going to be doing a little bit later tonight. And of course, using the Cree colony. So this setup's going to be for some newer players. Just a quick little session tonight. Pardon me, I'm coming down with a cold. But to begin on this particular quest, the party gets called to the merchant district where there's this merchant store. Down in the basement, there's a large hole, and the merchant says he keeps having large spiders coming up through this hole in the basement, and the hole keeps getting larger and larger and larger. So he bought a couple cats, I believe it was a couple months ago, and the cats disappeared, so he bought a guard dog. Guard dog disappears, so he buys two guard dogs. Both disappear, and that's when the hole starts. So he believes something is coming up through this hole and coming into a store at night. So they start asking around town. More and more people reporting the same thing: guard dogs going missing, pets going missing, and a local child went missing the other day. So finally, the party kind of pieces together. The problem's getting worse, things of this nature. They come down, they realize the hole's even got bigger since the last time the merchant reported it. They make their way down this hole, come down the ramp here, and the first thing they encounter is a couple fairly large spiders, and they see some type of medium-sized spiderish humanoid in the background there, which it tries to bull rush the one player into a spiked trap a trap with spikes in the floor. Of course, the party comes around. They get a couple different hints of webbing. One of the party members does know a little bit about nature. He has 1 druid level, so he knows that there should be, eggs and things like that. They need to destroy these so that the spiders quit coming back. So they do find, eventually, a nest that's being protected by one extremely large spider and then more of these eater caps, which are the humanoid creatures. And of course, there's some deadfalls, some pits, some traps, some different unusual things. Over in this area, they find a small child's shoes where this creature had drug a child down here. It looks like they let the spiders feed on the small child. And eventually, they find their way what appears to be where it looks like these creatures had entered through some cabin, and there were some small little holes and cracks in the floor they believe they kind of creviced their way into, then started digging these tunnels. Now there's a couple different hooks for the adventure. I'm going to give the players kind of a couple choices of a couple ways they can proceed after this quest. They can go further down into the tunnels. They do find some more clues of some other quest hooks in the tunnels and kind of catacombs, if you will. I know recently a couple people in the Dwarven Forge group have asked for some detailed pictures and videos of the Cree colony set, since people either seem to really like it or really just dislike them, which they are kind of an acquired taste. As far as from a GM level, this is mostly kind of like a 5-foot hallways, so if your party is used to having wide rooms and things like that, it'll definitely, I won't say confuse them, but it'll give them some challenges as far as combat and maneuvering and kind of getting into combat in certain scenarios. Like in this particular room, obviously we had it open up a little bit. Now this particular party did not have any magical light sources, so they had to carry around torches, which of course, your lighting things come into play. So that just gives you kind of an idea of what you can do with the Colony of the Cree set. This is pretty much one colony set. There is, I believe, one more piece about, what is it, about 4 inches long, maybe 2 wide, and then I believe there's one more ramp that wasn't used in this adventure. And I have one more creek colony set, but I did not need to break it down for this, since this is it's only gonna be like about a 3-hour game altogether. So yeah, just gives you guys kind of a quick idea of what you can do with the creek colony set. Like I said, it'll give you an idea of some of the challenges as far as when your party is maneuvering. Now, what I do for little areas like this, the party first comes up to it, they need to roll a perception check to basically to notice that it does keep going forward. Depending on the light source, if they have a magical light source, I make the check a little bit lower so it's a little bit easier to see the light go around it. Pardon me. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to put up another video here in a couple days. I've got a couple other things going on. My game room is just about finished. I've got the wall of minis just about finished being organized. And of course I got a new light ring set up. Hopefully it doesn't blind the camera. From we have games and videos. But yeah. And then I just need to organize some more things for the train and minis. Then the game room is pretty much done. I also have 2 new resin printers, so we'll need to do a video on that at some point in the near future. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.